is depending on uh, the next section, that's the physiology of digestive system. We have completed the physiology of endocrine system. So today we are going to introduce the gastrointestinal physiology, feeding behavior, prehension, and mastication. We may have to start. This is a repetition of the last lecture. The students who have missed this lecture, they might have to follow it now. As far the digestive system is concerned, the digestive system comprises an alimentary canal, gastrointestinal tract, and accessory glands, salivary glands, pancreas, and liver. All the animals having a different digestive systems, because we are learning and studying a different animals, which might be a herbivorous, carnivorous, omnivorous, or they may have a compound stomach or a simple stomach. So the digestive process is different in all those animals, which are meat eaters or grass eaters, or they may have to eat the flesh and as well as the plants. Those animals are called as omnivorous. So all these animals take the nutrients uh, by prehension into the mouth, and they have to break down mechanically the food into small particles to digest that one. And then after a digestion, the micronutrients are absorbed in the circulatory system, and then the cellular digestion starts, where the breakdown of the carbohydrates, proteins, and fats taken place into the simple molecules, and the simple molecules which are converted from carbohydrates into sugars, proteins into amino acids, and fats into fatty acids. Uh, they are transported from gastrointestinal tract into the blood stream, and then they are uh, brought into the cells, where the cellular digestion takes place. These micronutrients are utilized for conversion of energy, and as well as development or the formation of muscles, or tissues, or milk production or egg production takes place from these micronutrients. So the specific foodstuffs uh, are being taken by the animals. As I have already explained, that there are so many animals which are herbivorous, and there are also the animals which are carnivorous, or few of the animals are omnivorous. So therefore, the digestive system of all these animals having a different type of the digestive system they possess for the digestion and absorption of foodstuffs, and then production of energy and meat, or the milk and eggs. So the digestive system having a different functions. First is the digestion. Digestion means the conversion of a complex food material and diet into a simple diffusible form. Then the absorption takes place, where the digested food enters the blood circulation through a gastrointestinal tract. Domestic animals are classified according to the digestive systems they possess, like monogastric animals having a simple stomach. There is only a single part of the uh, compound stomach, that is the abomasum, which is present in the monogastric animals. Whereas the ruminants, they have a cranial fermenters, and they have a multi-compartment stomach, which is known as a four stomach, means having four compartments in the ruminants. The four compartments in the ruminants are rumen, reticulum, omesum, and abomasum. These are the four parts of the uh, stomach which is present in the animals. Others are a hindgut or a caudal fermenters. They are having a simple stomach but very large and complex large intestine where the digestion takes place. So there is a uh, another category which is known as a pseudoruminants, having a three compartments. Omesum is missing, rumen, reticulum, and abomasum is present, but the omesum is missing. So the animals having which are monogastrics, uh, ruminant with cranial fermentators, hindgut having a caudal fermenter, and as well as the pseudoruminants. The types of digestive systems, as I have said, that the animals are monogastric, like chickens, pigs, dog, and turkey. The ruminants, like cranial fermenters, beef cattle or buffalo, dairy cattle, cow or goat, sheep, and deer. They are ruminant animals, whereas there are the hindgut fermenters like a horse, a rabbit, and ostrich. Pseudo ruminants like a camel, having three compartments of the stomach. The domestic animals, based on the feeding habit, they feed a different types of the food. According to that, the domestic animals are classified. Like herbivorous, those animals who eats the plants, like cattle, horse, or sheep, they are known as herbivorous. Carnivorous animals like the dog, cat, and lions, they eat the flesh or meat of other animals. Omnivorous eat both plants and animals. For example, human being, pigs, bears, squirrel, mice, or rats, they eat the both ingredients, plants and as well as the animal meat. Digestive system has a process of a digestion in which six steps are taking place to complete the process of a digestion. First is a prehension, the act of bringing food into the mouth. Different animals having a different mode of bringing or conceiving or grabbing the food into the mouth. So they may have to use the tongue, teeth, lips, or forelimbs to grab the food and bring it into the mouth. The ingestion, taking the food, uh, that whenever they are being taken into the mouth, then they chew it. That is known as a mastication. Then they, after a mastication, after a chewing, they swallow the food. That is known as deglutition. After a swallowing, the ruminants only, they chew the cud. They regurgitate that food. So they bring the food from a stomach into the mouth, and then they chew it again and digest it, break down mechanically the food into a smaller particles. So they may have to uh, digest that one, convert these uh, large molecules into the smaller one. So the digestion will take place. The third the step is in the process of a digestion, the conversion of food from a non-diffusible into a diffusible form. So the large molecules are converted into a micromolecules so that the next step, which is the absorption after a digestion, takes place. So the micronutrients can be absorbed into the bloodstream and then transported to the cells for a further assimilation. The assimilation is uh, uh, the metabolism or the utilization of the micronutrients into the energy or to construct the body tissues. So this food taken place into the cells, and the cells are using this food micronutrients into the energy, or they may have to utilize it for the development of the body tissues. Then the lastly, in the digestion process, if the ingredients are not digested, not absorbed, then they are excreted. That is known as a egestion or defecation. So removal of the waste product takes place from the digestive tract. Mostly the digestive system having a types of a digestion, that is a mechanical digestion, which is a physical breakdown of a food during the mastication, or even a contraction of the gastrointestinal walls break down the food into the smaller particles. Then the enzymatic or the chemical digestion takes place, in which the hydrochloric acid, for example, the hydrochloric acid in the stomach digests the bones and even the flesh. Uh, like the enzymes, salivary glands changes the starch into the glucose. So the enzyme is a catalyst which is not utilized in the reaction, but it enhances the reaction to uh, to break down chemically the food nutrients, the large molecules, into the smaller one. The digestive system having taken place from a mouth to anus, the mostly the in the um, animals, the breakdown of the food into intermediates takes place, and the final product is not being made in the mouth, or even that is not converted into the glucose, amino acids, or fatty acids in the mouth or in the esophagus or stomach, but it may have to be converted and into the final product at the end of the digestive system, which is the intestines, and the complete digestion may have to take place in the uh, interior portion of the digestive system, like proteins may be converted into the amino acids. So this is the process of a breakdown of the food into a smaller and a micronutrients and then absorbed. So this is takes place from a mouth to the intestine. So type of the digestion, like intracellular digestion. Digestion means the digestion takes place in the cell, whereas the extracellular digestion takes place outside of the cell. The organs of the digestion in the simple stomach animals are mouth, then esophagus, stomach, which is a simple stomach in the animal. This is only containing the abomasum, whereas the other parts of the stomachs are absent in the simple stomach animals. They have the small intestine like a duodenum, jejunum, and ileum, whereas the large intestine is divided into the cecum, colon, rectum, and the last portion of the digestive organs of the simple stomach animals are anus. So these parts are similar in the compound stomach animals, but there is a difference in the uh, stomach, because the ruminants having a four stomach or a compound stomach, for the digestion of the food. Whereas the horse is a simple stomach animal. The example for the simple stomach animals are dog, horse, or the horse is a herbivorous, whereas the dog is carnivorous. They have a mouth, uh, tongue, as well as the teeth. They have also the esophagus. Stomach, as I have told you, it is a abomasum, and it is a simple stomach having a one compartment for the digestion of the food, and they do not regurgitate. The simple stomach animals do not regurgitate. And then they have a duodenum, jejunum, and the ileum. So the large intestine is consist of a cecum, then the large colon, small colon, and rectum, and lastly there is a anus. So this is a picture which is showing also the salivary glands, like mouth has a salivary glands, then the animal having a liver, and as well as a pancreas which assist them in the digestion. These liver and the pancreas provides the enzymes for a digestion. There is also the compound stomach animals. The difference between the compound stomach animals have in its structure or organs is they possess the mouth, esophagus like a simple stomach animals, but they have a compound stomach having a four compartments in it. That is the rumen, reticulum, omasum, and abomasum. Whereas the compound stomach animal having a small intestine, like simple stomach animals, they have a same uh, divisions or the parts of the small intestine, that is the duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. Whereas the large intestine is also divided in the same way, like a cecum, colon, and then the rectum. And last portion of the digestive organ is the anus in the compound stomach. The compound stomach animals are cattle, so they have a mouth, esophagus, then the rumen, and then the reticulum, then omasum, and lastly the abomasum is connected with the small intestine. The portion is known as the duodenum, then the jejunum, and ileum. They have also the liver, the gallbladder, and the pancreas to produce the enzymes to digest the food. Whereas the large intestine is consists of a cecum, colon, rectum, and the anus. So this is the digestive system of a compound stomach animals, whereas the horse is also one of the simple stomach animal having only a one compartment of the stomach, which is known as a abomasum. Whereas the pseudoruminants, the omasum is missing. The example of those animals is a camel. So camel have a three compartment stomach, not the four compartment stomach, not the one compartment stomach. It is a herbivorous, but having a three compartment stomach, which is known as a pseudo-ruminant animals. They are not a complete ruminants, but they are pseudo-ruminant animals. So the prehension means the seizing and conveying of food to the mouth or oral cavity. The method vary in the different animals, but in all domestic animals, they use the lips, teeth, tongue, and they are the principal organs of this function, prehension. So the forelimbs and hands are main prehensile organs in case of a pet animals or a human being. So human being is using a hand, whereas the pets are using a forelimbs. The prehension is takes place. This is known as the act of bringing a food to the mouth. The lips in the horses, tongue in the cattle, lips and tongue in the goat and sheep, whereas the forelimbs in the mouth in the dog and cat is utilized for prehension of food to bring the food into the mouth for mastication. So the mastication is a mechanical breakdown of a food in the mouth. The mouth is the sac or a cavity having a different parts. Many vertebrates have a teeth used for chewing and mastication. The birds lacks the teeth. They have a beak to break down the food in a two-chambered stomach. The two-chambered stomach is present in the bird, whereas the one-chambered stomach is present in the dogs and as well as in the animals like a horse or even a single simple stomach animal is a human being, whereas the two-chambered stomach is present in the birds. So the three-chambered stomach is present in the camel, four-chambered stomach is present in the uh, cattle, buffalo, sheep, or goat. So the gizzard is a muscular chamber that uses ingested pebbles to grind the food. The teeth mechanically reduce the size of ingested food particles by grinding, uh, increase the surface area for a chemical and microbiological degradation. Four types of teeth are present in the mouth: incisors, also called nippers; canines, also called fangs or eye teeth, are tusks; whereas the premolars and the molar cheek teeth. In the ruminants, the incisors and canines of a maxilla are replaced by the dental pad. The dental pad is used for determination of age of the ruminants. Now, last time we have concluded up to this slide, that is the teeth of a cattle, the teeth of the horse, teeth of a dog. They have the incisors. The dog has a full mouth, and I have also covered over here the carnivorous pointed teeth that lack the flat grinding surfaces, less chewing, less time. Herbivorous having a large flat teeth suited for a grinding cellulose cell walls of a plant tissues, high chewing. The humans have a carnivore like teeth in the front and herbivore like teeth in the back. So the animals which are carnivores, they have such type of the teeth where they can chew the flesh and even to break down the hard mass into the pieces, whereas the herbivores have a grinding surfaces where they can digest or break down the large molecules like a cellulose into the smaller particles by a grinding method, whereas the human being is the squirrel rats are, they are of a omnivorous type, so they have the teeth in the front and herbivores like teeth, and therefore the back teeth are like herbivores. They can grind the food and convert the food into smaller particles for digestion. So these are the types of teeth which are present in the full mouth animals like incisors, canines, premolars, and molars. Few animals are absent with the canine teeth, or few animals are having a no teeth on the incisor teeth in the mouth. So the animal having the like a man and a monkey, they have two incisors in the upper jaw and two incisor teeth in the lower jaw, whereas the one incisor teeth in the upper jaw and one in canine teeth in the lower jaw. So the two premolar teeth in the upper jaw, two premolar teeth in the lower jaw, and three molar teeth in the upper jaw and three molar teeth in the lower jaw. So the total teeth present in the mouth of a monkey or a man is 32. So likewise, the rabbit has a 28. Uh, teeth in the mouth, and where the canine teeth are absent in the rabbit. Cow and goat has 32 teeth, but the incisor teeth on the upper jaw and the canine teeth on the upper jaw are absent in the cow and goat and sheep, whereas the dog is possessing the 42 teeth. The dog is the animal which has full mouth teeth and having all those teeth, which, that can be the three incisor teeth on the upper jaw, three incisor teeth in the lower jaw, one canine teeth in the upper and one canine teeth in the lower. The premolar teeth are four in numbers in the upper jaw and four in numbers in the lower jaw, whereas the molar teeth are three in the upper jaw and two in the lower jaw. So the rat and mouse is having a zero teeth in the upper and lower jaw, canine teeth, where the premolar teeth are also absent in the teeth in the rat and mouse. So there are 16 teeth in the rat and mouse, whereas the elephant having a 26 teeth in the mouth. Kangaroo has a 34 teeth in the mouth. Sheep has a similarly, like a goat and a cow, they have a similar number of the teeth, that is a 32, and the dental pad having a dental pad instead of incisors and the canines. The sheep, the goat, and the cow or a buffalo, they have a dental pad. On the basis of a dental pad, we determine the age of the animal. The tongue, the long, rough, and mobile draw between the incisors and the dental pad in the herbivorous, between the upper and the lower jaw in other animals inside the mouth. The tongue mixes the food with saliva, and the this is a manipulatory organ. So the role of a mastication act of a chewing, the jaw movement reflexes, the physical breakdown of the food takes place, provides a larger surface area of enzymatic reactions, stimulate the saliva secretions, less chewing in a carnivores, more chewing in a herbivores, because even the ruminants have a more chewing and they regurgitate the cud. The proper mastication results in a bolus formation. In a carnivores and herbivores, jaw movements is a vertical. In a herbivores, the lateral movement or the upper jaw is a wider than the lower jaw. So the mastication in the ruminants is a different as compared to the simple stomach animals. Carnivores or omnivores. Mostly the omnivores and carnivores chew the things, make a bolus, and then swallow it. The role of the salivary glands and the saliva, that the parotid, mandibular, sublingual, zygomatic, they have a exocrine glands and secrete a serous and mucus and a mixed secretions, facilitate the mastication and deglutition. So these glands are mostly provides the secretions and they produce the serious secretions and mucus secretions, which mixes with the food and make a bolus, and it facilitate in the deglutination or swelling of the food into the digestive tract through esophagus. So the role of a glands and the saliva contains the salivary amylase, an enzyme that breaks down the starch into the glucose. So alkaline in the nature and reduce the pH in the stomach. The volume of the saliva varies, but greatest in the herbivores. In a cow, it is about 25 to 50 gallons per day. That means 100 to 200 liters per day. Additional function of a neutralization of large amount of acids that are produced as a result of a fermentation. To meet the buffering and the demand, the ruminant salivation contains bicarbonate and phosphate buffers, particularly for bacterial growth. Mostly the salivary glands, that salivation is controlled by the nervous system, tasting, smelling, and even thinking or talking about a food stimulates the increase of a salivation in a human being. Deglutination act of a swelling, convey of a food mass from the mouth to the stomach. Suitable area of a swelling generally midline between the tongue and the hard palate of for swelling. Three stages of a swelling. One is the through the mouth voluntarily, then the through the pharynx reflexes, and through the esophagus, that is by the reflexes. The deglutition, the food is in contact with the receptors of a mucous membrane of a posterior part of a mouth and with the posterior wall of a pharynx. Impulses from the receptors pass along the glossopharyngeal area, the supralaryngeal branch of a vagus nerve, and the maxillary division of the trigeminal nerve to the swallowing center in the medulla. So the collection of nerves are located in the fourth ventricle of a brain. So the whole process is completed in zero point 0.5 to zero point 0.7 seconds. So the deglutition or the swelling of the food is the very fastest act to transfer the food from a mouth to the stomach. So the esophagus is a standing tube from the pharynx to the stomach and crosses the thorax and perforated the diaphragm. Actively moves a bolus through the peristaltic movements, and the swallow centers in the brain stimulate the successive one directional waves of a contraction. So sphincters opens to allow the food to enter the stomach. The humans lack a true sphincter here, where the animal having a sphincter in it. So the peristaltic movements, the food is being transported or conveyed from a mouth to the stomach by a peristaltic movements. So the bolus may come down, and then the relaxation takes place when it is passes through a esophagus, and then it is pushes by a peristaltic movements. The cranial muscle relaxing and the relaxation and a contraction causes the movement of the bolus from esophagus to the stomach. The human being do not have a sphincter, so therefore they make the passes down from a mouth to the esophagus by reflexes. So this is passing through the esophagus sphincter and to the stomach, and then the this may have to pass through the sphincter to the intestine again. So this is the passage by which the uh, bolus may move from esophagus to the stomach and then to the duodenum. This is the uh, picture of a uh, right having the digestive system of the animal. So the esophagus is a gastrointestinal tract is a multi-layered. This is that has a mucosa, which is the innermost layer of the gastrointestinal tract. Then the epithelium that lines the interior or a lumen of the tract, then the submucosa, which is connective tissue, and the muscularis. This is the tunica mucosa, tunica submucosa, tunica muscularis, that circular and longitudinal smooth muscle layer. And then the lastly, the outermost layer is known as a serosa, which is a epithelium covering external surface of a tract is known as a serosa. So the caudal part of the esophagus is composed of a smooth muscles. You can see that the lumen having a mucosa, submucosa, and then the gland in the submucosa, then the submucosal plexus, the muscularis having a circular layer and longitudinal layer, Then the serosa having a epithelial tissue layer. So the nerves are also present in the esophagus, and the mesenteric plexus are present in the esophagus. The gland outside of the gastrointestinal tract are present, and the blood vessels are supplying the blood to the esophagus. This is the structure of a esophagus. And then the stomach. We will discuss the stomach, compound stomach in detail in the next lecture, but simply I am covering over here that the stomach is a sac-like portion of tract or a convoluted surface allows the expansion, contains a third layer of a smooth muscles for mixing of food with gastric juices. Three kinds of secretory cells are present in the stomach. One is the mucus secreting cells, the parietal cells that secretes the hydrochloric acid and the intrinsic factor for vitamin B12 absorption. Then the chief cells, which secretes the pepsinogen, an active form of a pepsin. This is the stomach having the different layer. The stomach is having an esophagus where the outer layer is known as a serosa. The inner layer is known as the submucosa, and then the muscular layer is longitudinal, circular, and oblique muscles are present in the stomach, and then the inner layer is mucosa. So pyloric sphincter, and then the duodenum is connected at the with the pyloric sphincter. So you can see the mucous cell, then the chief cells and parietal cells present in the gastric gland. The gastric pits are present, the mucosa having the papillae, and then the submucosa layer, then the muscularis layer is consist of a oblique muscles, circular muscles, longitudinal muscles. The last covering of the stomach is known as a serosa, the outer covering of the stomach. The monogastric animals having a mouth, esophagus, and the simple and single compartment, that's the abomasum connected with the duodenum, jejunum, ileum, then the cecum, large intestine, and the anus. The stomach, low pH in the stomach helps to denature the food proteins, activates the pepsin, and keeps its functioning. Whereas the activates the pepsin and keeps its functioning, no significant digestion of a carbohydrates or a fats occurs in the stomach. Absorption of the some water, the aspirin and alcohol takes place in the stomach, where the mixture of a partially digested food and gastric juices is called a chyme, and that is a peptic ulcer commonly caused by the bacteria in the stomach, and it leaves the stomach through the pyloric sphincter to enter the small intestine. The gastric glands, there are three types of glands present in the stomach. One is the cardia gland, that produces the mucus. The fundic gland, which produces the hydrochloric acid and pepsinogen. Then the pyloric gland, which is producing a mucus and a gastrin. So the gastric acid secretion is stimulated by the acetylcholine. Parasympathetic system is stimulating that one, and the gastrin and histamine is an amino acid derivatives present in the most of the body tissues, and the normal pH is 3.5 to 5, and below the pH of a 2, the inhibition of a gastric secretions takes place. The small intestine consists of a duodenum, jejunum, and ileum, receives chyme from the stomach, and the digestive enzymes and a bicarbonate from the pancreas, and the bile from the liver and gallbladder. Most digestion and absorption occurs in the intestine, except those animals which may prolong the fermentation process, like a ruminants. So the epithelial wall is converted with the villi. villi are covered by a microvilli, so greatly increase the surface area, and microvilli participates in the digestion and absorption. Brush borders enzymes. Many adults lack the enzymes of a lactase, and most of lactase intolerance takes place in the adults. The adult animals, mostly the domestic animals, do not uh, take the lactose or milk, but the cows, neonates, takes the uh, milk and digest that one due to the lactase, absence of lactase. So the pancreatic isolates Langerhans, beta cells, and alpha cells produces the uh, the insulin and as well as the glucagon. So from the liver, the common bile duct, the pancreas, and the gallbladder and pancreatic duct and duodenum, they are attached with the common duct, and they are giving the juices to the duodenum, where the uh, digestion takes place. So the epithelial wall is covered with the villi. Villi is covered with the microvilli. The small intestine is consist of duodenum, jejunum. Sorry, uh, the bile. The small intestine consists of duodenum, jejunum, and chyme and digestive enzymes and bicarbonate is received, and that is achieving uh, 40. Sorry. So I have to go forward. Uh, okay. Now the digestive system having accessory organs like a liver, which is producing a bile, generally yellow solution of a bile salts. That's bilirubin, cholesterol, lectin, the lecithin, and then the electrolytes are continuously synthesized by the hepatic cells of a liver. The gallbladder that produces stores and concentrates the biles, and concentration is low in the ruminants because they are frequently um, uh, absorbed. The gallbladder is absent in the horses, and so the bile is directly entered in the duodenum, whereas the pancreas produces the pancreatic juices. The digestive enzymes and a bicarbonate buffer is the job of a pancreas. So the accessory organs like a pancreas, we will talk about the pancreas in a detail in the next lecture. The pancreatic fluid is secreted into the duodenum through a pancreatic duct, and then the enzymes, the trypsin and chymotrypsin, proteins into the smaller polypeptides. So that is helping the enzymes to convert the uh, proteins into a smaller polypeptide uh, chemical properties. So pancreatic amylase is a polysaccharide into the shorter sugars. So the pancreatic amylase helps in the converting the polysaccharides into the shorter sugars, like the trypsin and the chymotrypsin is helping to convert the protein into a polypeptides, whereas the lipase helps to convert the fat into the free fatty acids and monoglycerides. The bicarbonate neutralizing the acidic chyme, and the exocrine and endocrine glands help in the digestion of the food. Whereas the large intestine, the colon, much shorter than the small intestine, but has a large diameter. The small intestine empties directly into the large intestine at a junction where two vestigial structures, cecum and appendix, remains. No digestion occurs in the colon, whereas the function of the large intestine is to reabsorb the water and remaining electrolytes and vitamin K, whereas that prepares the waste product to be expelled out through anus, and the waste product may be removed. So the colon function is to reabsorb the water, and then the vitamin K and electrolytes, and then that has to make the feces to defecate. So ascending portion of a large intestine, ileocecal wall, then the last portion of a small intestine, cecum, appendix. This is the rudimentary appendix is a rudimentary structure which is present at the side of the appendix. Mostly whenever there is any uh, infection or a seepage in or a leakage in the appendix, it causes the appendicitis, and that needed that the appendix may be removed. Mostly the peoples which having abdominal pain due to appendix, they are being rudimentary structure has been removed so that they may not having these problems in their life. So many bacteria live and reproduce within the large intestine. Feces compacted and passed to the rectum, and then the feces exit anus, that is known as defecation. The smooth muscle sphincter involuntarily is present, and straightened muscle sphincter is voluntarily, which causes the defecation. Whenever there is a pressure of a feces, you cannot stop. This is the involuntarily pressure, and the voluntarily the person has to defecate it. So the variation in the digestive system is that the digestive tracts of some animals contain a bacteria and protists that convert the cellulose into the substance the host can absorb the minor in the humans, essential to some animals. Herbivores have a longer digestive tract, greater time for a digestion of a cellulose, and modification to enhance the digestion of a plant material. So the herbivorous animals takes a longer time to digest. They have to regurgitate the food into the mouth, and they have to keep the stomach for a longer time in the abdomen so that the digestion may take place, the fermentation may have take place, and converts. So we will talk on that fermentation method as well as the compound stomach, how it is digesting in the ruminant. We will talk in the next lecture. So the variation in the digestive system, the rodents, horses, deers, rabbits digest the cellulose in the cecum, whereas the ruminants regurgitation of the contents is not possible in the rodents or horses, deer, and rabbits. However, some such animals practice a coprophagy, like the rabbits perform a coprophagy. They eat their feces uh, to absorb the nutrients on the second passage of a time of food. So they cannot remain healthy if prevented from eating feces. So therefore, if the animals are restrained to take a feces for eating, they will be emaciated and they will not they will not remain healthy. So the variation in the digestive systems that the all mammals rely on intestinal bacteria to synthesize the vitamin K, which is required for a blood clotting. Birds which lack these bacteria must consume the required quantities of a vitamin K in their diet. So the birds should be given a vitamin K in their diet uh, to give them a vitamin K in their routine need. So this is the digestive system of a rabbit and the digestive system of a deer, digestive system of a the um, rat, and even the fox. So the ruminant having a digestive system, as I have early demonstrated, that has a mouth, esophagus, rumen, reticulum, omesum, abomesum, large intestine, then the small intestine and large intestine. What is the ruminant? A specialized digestive system capable of digesting cellulose. uh, they has a stomach with a four distinct compartments: cattle, sheep, goat, deer, and elk. So the ruminant have a four-chambered stomach: rumen, reticulum, omesum, and true stomach, abomesum. So the rumen has cellulose degradation microbes. Content can be regurgitated, rechewed. Rumination evolves only once. The compartment capacity, the reticulum honeycomb, 5% capacity, rumen, 80% pouch capacity. So the omesum is a many pili, 7% of a capacity. Abomesum is a true stomach which has a 8% of a capacity. The first three are also called a four stomach uh, parts, whereas the last one is the true stomach. Abomasum site of chemical digestion in polygastric animals, polygastric digestive system, whereas the reticulum is a hardware stomach holding a area for foreign materials in a polygastric system. Rumen is the largest compartment of the polygastric system, serves as a storage area, and the omesum is a muscular portion of the polygastric system that squeezes excess water from the digestive food products. So the accessory organs are a liver, chemically modifies the substance absorbed from the digestive tract before they reach the rest of the body. Whereas ingested alcohol or other drugs are taken into the liver cells and metabolized, where that removes the toxins, pesticides, and carcinogens, converting them to a less toxic forms. So regulates the levels of steroid hormones in the body, whereas it produces the most proteins found in the plasma. So the monogastric stomach,
Both was sir.
digestive monogastric animal means a digestive system with a one compartment. Polygastric, a digestive system capable of breaking cellulose into the digestive protein uh, and the carbohydrates. The stomach is divided into the compartment, each within a specialized function. Ruminant system means an animal with a polygastric digestive system. Rumination part of a process of a digestion in a polygastric system where the bolus is regurgitated and rechewed and reswallowed. So this is the last portion where I have to end up my lecture, and then the remaining portion will be given into the coming lecture. So regulation of a food intake is a control of mechanism links food into the energy balance, leptin, peptide hormone, key to appetite control produced by adipose tissues. Leptin receptors located in the hypothalamus. Reduced leptin signals brain to intake food and research of leptin. So the regulation of a food intake is the other hormones involved in the control of a feeding and energy includes the insulin, GIP, CCK, which signals the satiety, and the ghrelin, which is stimulate the food, efferent control of a feeding, and the neuropeptides induces the food feeding activity. So thank you very much. This is we have covered the mastication, we have covered the bacterial digestion, we have covered the bolus, and as well as the chewing. So I am taking your attendance because I have taken a 1 hour, so that you may have to join the other lecture. Thank you for attending this class, and then we will.
Thank you, sir. Okay.
ओके जी, ये पीपीटी शेयर्ड है क्योंकि अपलोड की है तो पीपीटी शेयर्ड हो गई। जब अपलोड करके मैं पढ़ा रहा हूँ तो इसका मतलब
जी सर, थैंक यू सर।
बेटे ये पीपीटी अपलोडेड है, वहाँ से आप फाइल में आप देख सकते हो इसको।
सर, हमें देखिए नहीं